All right, so today we're going to be doing some Nashville hot chuck roast. First thing we have here, it's about a 2.5 pound chuck roast. Just going to cut off any excess fat. Don't need a lot of extra on the outside here. The intermuscular fat can stay there. That'll just render out, and we'll try to do our strips around it. All right, not much else to do. Just going to cut this into strips. Like I said, around this fat vein. Just go ahead and work around that. All right, so I'm not going to go ahead and cut this way because whenever you do it, everything kind of shrivels up into a ball and isn't really the most appetizing looking thing, so I'll slice them after they cook. So for our seasoning, just going to go with some pepper, some salt, a little bit of cayenne. That's all. That's the taste. I'm just going to do a little bit here. I'm not trying to blow anyone away. Some garlic powder. And then you want to pick a barbecue rub you like. Probably go with a sweeter one here because we didn't put any sweet in there. So I have the Hollywood blend from Bearded Butcher. And then from Meat Church, I have the Honey Hog Barbecue. I'm going to do this one now, and then whenever I do the seasoning later on for the dredge, I'll add some of the Hollywood. Okay, give this a mix. Just get these guys put in here, tossed. Okay, with these all covered in seasoning, I'm going to put this in the fridge. Ideally, it would be overnight, but I didn't do it last night, so I'm going to give it about an hour. I've already got the workhorse here heating up, just to give it some time to get some heat soak in it. We'll get these put on. Going to try to do that about 275 to 300 degrees. I'll bring you back when it's time to put these on. Okay, we've about got our workhorse up to temp. Been opening the lid a little bit too much, so I've lost some heat. What I'm going to do is just get a meter probe, put in one of these randomly. And this one here seems to be about the smallest. That's more for monitoring the ambient temperature of the workhorse, so I can be lazy and not have to come out here and check the analog thermometers that often. But yeah, what I'm going to do, go ahead and get this guy opened up and get these put on. Monitor the temps. Might take a couple hours to get these cooked, and then we can bring them back and do some dredging on them and get them fried. First, we need to get them on here. Let's put them on the bottom shelf here, right in the middle. One with our probe. Okay, like I said, probably let this go for about 2 hours untouched. We'll come check on them then. All right, so just about an hour and 10 minutes in, go ahead and take a look at these. We're about halfway done, I think. A nice texture on them. Still, like I said, pretty long way to go. But while I have you out here, I'm going to go ahead and make up two things. First is going to be our Nashville hot oil. I already have half a stick of butter and about a tablespoon of some brown sugar in there. This is just cayenne pepper. Do it to your liking. I'm not going to go too heavy on it. And the last thing I'm putting there is some garlic powder, about the same amount. Always add more later. And I'm just going to put this on the smoker, let it go. I'll stir it occasionally. And the other thing I want to do while we're out is to make our dipping sauce. I'm going to do about 75% mayonnaise. This is Duke's, of course, my favorite mayonnaise. And this is my smoked Carolina Reaper hot sauce. I'm going to go quite heavy with it. I'm going to do about 25% of this. All right, now that it's all mixed up, let's go ahead and give it a shot. Has a little bit of a kick to it, but god damn is that good. All right, so what I'm going to do now is just take this, put it on the smoker, Let the butter melt, everything get together. I'll stir that occasionally. We're about 2 hours into the cook now. Go ahead and give these guys a quick check. Really nice bark for me, starting to get the fat to render down. I'm going to take this one and move it to the back. Seems to be a little bit warmer back there, and that one seems to need a little bit more heat. Okay, and on to our Nashville Hot. I'm going to add some more brown sugar to it and a little bit more heat too. Give it a taste, and might end up adding some more garlic powder to it. All right, let's give that a shot. There we go. That's much better. All right, let these go a little bit longer, and I'll bring it back when it's time to pull everything off. All right, so the meter probe said we're at 195, so I'm going to start checking these for tenderness instead of the actual temperature. So it's still pretty tight, still tight, tight, and of course tight. So I'm just going to move these a bit closer to the fire where it's a little bit warmer. Trying to get these done pretty quickly here. And while we're in here, give our oil a stir. And it looks like it's getting pretty good to done, so just take that and move it to a cooler spot on the grill. So whenever this is actually done and probe tender, I'll bring it back for a taste test. You should be ready to pull off now. It's going in like butter. Okay, yep, let's go ahead and get these pulled off. Okay, so here we got our chuck. We have our eggs. It's just 3 eggs and some milk mixed up to our flour. We're going to add some black pepper, a little bit of cayenne, some garlic powder, a touch of salt, not a lot, and the Hollywood from Bearded Butcher that I mentioned, that what I was talking about earlier. I'm going to go ahead and add a bit of that in. Give our eggs another quick mix. Drizzle some eggs in here. Give that a stir. Pull out your thermometer. See if there's not natural fat seen. That's about the size we want anyway. All right, now we're going to double dredge these, so I'll bring you in a little bit closer. Okay, so what we're going to do is just take our bare pieces in the dredge or the flour. And I'm going to end up screwing this up and getting my hands mixed up and be a mess anyway, so we'll see how far we can get though. So far, so good. Okay, then once they're there, we'll just put them in the basket. I'll get the rest of these all done up in the basket and I'll bring it back to start frying them. Oh, by the way, I have my oil going at 350 already. So just get your oil preheated while you're doing this. Okay, so everything's dredged. Did better than I thought I would, keeping my gloves clean. So let's go ahead and get these down, put in the oil. And don't go too far because these only take about 3 to 5 minutes. They're already cooked. You just want them to look as good as possible. All right, so down into the oil to go. Those are still pretty hot, so I shouldn't shock the oil down too low. All right, I think we are done there. Go ahead and get those pulled out of the oil, let them drain for a second, and I'll bring you right back. All right, let's go ahead and get our Nashville hot oil out of the smoker. Now how I prefer to do these is just take a slice of bread and we're going to rip it in half. Put a little bit of our Carolina Reaper mayonnaise. Before we dump, we're just going to give this a quick stir because that sugar is wanting to settle. Okay. Just a little dollop on the bread to moisten it. Grab one of our and do one dry, and then we're going to dunk one. There we go, 2 different ways. All right, let's give it a try. Excuse me. It absolutely works. That is delicious. All right, let's go ahead and give the wet one a try. Definitely not too spicy, even with the Carolina Reaper mayonnaise. It's got a kick to it, for damn sure. But that's easy to tone down. Just use a different hot sauce or none at all. Okay, that is getting warm now. So I hope you enjoyed this one. I enjoyed making it. Have you Nashville hot anything else besides chicken? Any other cuts of beef you think would be good? I was going to try picanha, but I just couldn't get my hands on one in time for this weekend. So shoot me some ideas down in the comments what you'd like to see Nashville hot, see if it works or not. And while you're down there, go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you're not already, and be sure to hit the like button also. Hope to see you in the next one. Be sure to check out this other amazing video.